We are down to the final countdown of the SCL. It's been a very, very quick week break, and I cannot wait to bring you all the action. My name is TJ, and with me, once again, it's been quite a minute. Dronis, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing incredible, man. I mean, it feels good to be back. It's been a little bit, and it's definitely been a minute since we've been back.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you. I know that you have been absolutely slammed with CCS, another incredible Collegiate Rocket League tournament, and I'm very happy to see that you guys had a pretty incredible playoff bracket as well. Nationals was awesome. Many of these teams that we're going to see tonight actually did play in that bracket as well, and so maybe there's some results and some light that you can help us shed, but I must set the precedent for the night. So we do get the gameplay very soon, but if production is ready, I would love to throw up the bracket real quick because it has been an absolute mess. First of all, we lost UTK. They are gone.
Yeah.
Dunzo forfeited. We're never going to see them again, at least for the time being. Both Jobro and Shaka have retired. We wish them the absolute best going forward. Love those guys on my heart. But, instead, it's Bruton Parker's league to win now. Last year, they weren't able to bring their roster together to beat UTK. There's a lot of issues that they had in the spring as well, but they look absolutely confident this time around, Jonas.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they are so poised at the top of the bracket. Obviously, looking to take down Florida to advance to the grand finals, but I mean, there's still some solid competition left. Florida sneaking in there up top. And then, of course, at the four seeds down below, Charlotte, FIU. I mean, seeing George Mason, ETSU go toe-to-toe. There's still a lot of teams. There's still a lot of upsets that can potentially happen. But definitely, Bruton Parker, the Barons, they're the team to beat.
And I believe we will get to see them after this round because now if you guys will all point your eyes down below, you'll see UNC Charlotte and FIU. That right there is our feature match for tonight. And I cannot wait to show you that. And you know what? We are going to talk about these teams as we go. Normally we get the chance to do a little bit of a pre-show, but I know that Zernite was a little late, so we had to wait on FIU. And so, you know what, production, honestly, if we're ready to go, let's just go ahead and get this whole thing started. SCL Losers Semifinals. We are down to the absolute most narrow crevices of this league. Every single point matters. Every single play matters. And this is game one.
Winner stays alive. Loser is done here, TJ. I mean, it's back against the wall. This is all you got left.
I am very excited to see how both of these teams do for many different reasons. First of all, UNCC had a pretty interesting bracket. I think if they would have been on the other side of things, they would be the clear favorite, and we would see them in winners finals tonight. But unfortunately, they fell to Bruton Parker in the winners semifinal up there. Now, granted, they took a game off of Bruton Parker, so this is a brand new UNCC team led by Bala, and they are one of the most dangerous teams in the league without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ball has just been a great leader for Charlotte, and I'm expecting that to very much continue. On the other side, FIU dropped kind of early to Florida, who are, of course, looking to take down Bruton Park in the upper bracket, but we're able to get the, FF win, of course, over UTK, which is a bit fortunate to get that fall, but now both these teams meeting each other in the lower bracket. I do think Charlotte are the slight favorites, but it's definitely going to be a close one.
I will say, if we're going off of recency bias, I would say Charlotte are the heavy favorites. FIU has been a team that went from being a sleeper top 2 to top 3 team to now struggling to even survive here in playoffs. FIU have easily put themselves in the conversation to be maybe a top 8, top 10 team in the SCL, but after losing to Florida, that conversation has shifted and shifted quickly, and they have lost a lot of that midfield presence. A lot of their mechanical plays have not seemed to connect. And in that Florida series, that's kind of what it was. It was a very hard watch. And Florida, a team that has looked really, really good recently. But for FIU, you cannot afford to let that one go. And you can't afford to let Lazy get active.
I mean, these are just open looks that you can't let happen. A pinch from the corner from Kaizen. Lazy, free backboard to work with. And he's going to take advantage every single time. UNCC on the board first.
UNCC have been, we haven't talked a lot about the gameplay itself, but I will. UNCC have looked like the better team in these first 2 minutes. They have had more of the shots, more of the aggression. We even saw a free jump play just a minute ago, but now Kai has a chance here. One of the unsung heroes of this whole thing is it looks like, I believe, Lazy lost connection. I'm not sure exactly what the policy is. I believe we're currently going to play this out. Okay, We're gonna let Prod figure out what the policy is there. He lost connection and then they scored. So as of right now, I believe that goal will stand. But
Yeah.
we're gonna let Prod figure that out. Like, right now it's 1-1 though. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I do think
He
it's
has
just
reconnected. He is
it,
back.
it might be a play on, and he is back. So, I mean, only giving up the one goal, but a bit unfortunate, obviously, for Charlotte. We'll see if they're going to be able to snap back into form. But, I mean, FIU get I guess, a lucky break and tie it up.
Okay, I mean, we're going to keep rolling with it. I don't know if we're going to see a change in any ruling because that did happen so quick. I mean, it was a very, very unfortunate timing play to happen right there as FIU was starting to find some offense. And you know what? In this stage of the playoffs, you absolutely take what you can get. But UNCC is going to try and get it back. FIU, though, holding on to all the boosts currently.
Yeah, I mean, freebies, they're always going to come in some sort of capacity, whether, you know, it just be a mistake on your opponent's side or whether, you know, it's a disconnect. You're going to be able to take advantage in close series like this. You need to, as Lazy back in the lobby. He's feeling good.
Okay, well, how about that? Lazy, without any drop in speed or pace, absolutely slaps that one right side. So for now, we're just going to keep this moving. It looks like we are having some issues with Lazy's PC. Funny enough, with the fact that he is the one scoring, but we will see what happens.
Yeah, he's again just out. So he seems to be crashing every single goal. I don't know if that's just the one he scores or just every time we see a goal happen, but I mean, I guess another chance for Florida International to try and stir this one back around as, you know, down one again. Now have a 2v3 advantage. Just going to be looking for them to take advantage. And here will be Zernite as soon as Lazy joins. Drop of the hat. Zernite takes it up, doubles it off the crossbar.
I mean, this is just so unfortunate for UNCC. It arguably should be 2 or 3-0, but now we are tied with 90 seconds left. So at this point, you're praying that you go to overtime. Because if Lazy's PC keeps crashing allegedly due to goals being scored, then, at that point, you either got to score and hold on for a few seconds towards the end, or you've got to push this to OT. So I'm interested to see what does UNCC decide to do here, strategy-wise, because we do have to play this first game out no matter what, even if Lazy keeps DCing like he has.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just going to try and play on like normal. I mean, with, a minute 15 left, you score one, maybe in that 2v3 you can just stall for enough time to let the clock run out in regulation, but we'll have to see. As already Zernite trying to cook up another one, bar down, misses. Bala finds the clear out for the Niners. Shot on target. Zernite back to save. Really has been leading the charge tonight. No boost for a double. Might have an open look. Middle, Lazy towards the corner. Are seeing again Charlotte kind of reconnecting, getting a bit of that pressure pass middle. Blocked away. Knight keeping the offense going.
I will say UNCC, they are looking to push even with the disconnections. They're not concerned. They believe in their ability to hold the lead. And also, they really need to find something soon in general because FIU, now with 2 goals given to them for free, have found themselves right back into this game. And this right here, this is your last life. You're in losers. You cannot afford to lose these early games. 30 seconds left, though. Lazy going to try and keep pushing this off the backboard. Zernite cannot do it. Bala looking bottom corner. All 3 members of FIU will convene for a crash out, and Bala is credited for it.
What in the world happened here? The defense just gets so congested, TJ. No grab, wrong place, wrong time, facing his own net. And that will be an own goal with 16 seconds left. Now is Lazy back. He's still in the lobby.
Wait, okay, well, apparently he's playing. He's on. He's live and he is active. So UNCC cannot afford to go to overtime or give up a goal right here. Zernite going to try and counter Knight. Knight, though, a perfectly set touch. Now Knight looking for Bala and the game, but Lazy's by himself, and he's been disconnecting, but he'll connect for that one and take game 1. So we're going to let Lazy get his stuff figured out. That game will stand. That is a UNCC game 1 win.
Yeah, so it looks like he was only crashing after he scored, which seems to be very interesting and very, very odd. I don't think I've heard of that before, but even so, he was still MVP that game for Charlotte.
Yeah, that is... I'm with you. I've never heard of something like that before, but you know what? To each their own, and hopefully he can get it fixed pretty soon. Because that right there is not just, oh, he's disconnected or whatever. This is big. this is loser semis. And again, points matter. You're going to be looking back in the spring and you're going to say, oh, I wish we would have done this. Oh, I wish we would have done this. But this is it right here. So I hope he gets it figured out. They're not going to get a second chance after this. And again, luckily in the game that was chalked, they do find the win still.
Yeah, I mean it's still just a bit odd that it always happens on the biggest stage in these close matches. You're always gonna have that little bit of, whether it be technical mishap or what have you. But I mean, ultimately, we just didn't see a ton out of Florida International. I will say, even with Lazy in the lobby, Zernite was kind of doing it all himself there. TJ, I mean, had both goals, had the majority of the saves. I believe he had 700 points. Both his teammates were in the 100s. He was doing a lot of things by himself. Need to see a little bit more support from No Grav as well. And we saw that own goal with 16 seconds left, and that was kind of the dagger there in game number 1. And Charlotte, even through the disconnects, get the victory. So I think we just need to see more out of the Panthers.
I mean, that's the story of FIU. And I hate saying that, but it is a Zernite operation. That is straight up how it is. And normally, No Grav is somebody that we can lean on, somebody that we can depend on. I haven't seen a lot out of Kai. I believe when he was first on stream, it was actually the second time FIU was on stream because I believe they had Odeko play beforehand. And so I don't know exactly what we're doing. Teams are joining the lobby, so apologize for me stuttering. But if both teams are ready, then we will go. The FIU is ready. They're trying to get things started early, but we're going to give UNCC just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think we just want to, above all, make sure that Lazy isn't out again as soon as he scores, and obviously trying to minimize disconnects as much as possible. But I really hope that this issue doesn't continue because, again, never heard of that. I don't know what is being fixed. I don't know what needs to be fixed, but they're trying something.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep asking questions here, Dronas, while I'm trying to fill in the gaps because this is obviously first game of the night. Of course, we get a tech pause. Of course, we were already behind schedule because we had to wait on FIU. I've never seen this before. I'm honestly kind of speechless. I've never seen a bug like this. That's kind of crazy. It's like an ego bug almost, like a nice little reality check that if you score, you're just chalked.
Very, very humbling. Very humbling. It makes you want to pass more. Maybe that's just the strat. Again, don't know why that's occurring, but hopefully Lazy and UNCC can get it figured out. I mean, it would be really tough if he was constantly disconnecting. I don't know what would be the protocol there, but it looks like they are ready to go.
Well, hold on one second. I know that we're having connection issues on FIU side as well, so we're trying to. I believe we are going to get a new lobby, so we are going to stall for just a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to leave. We'll reset. We'll grab a brand new lobby. We'll see, hopefully, if it is a better lobby. And then hopefully FIU is good. UNCC said they were ready, so we should be okay soon.
Yeah, hopefully we were able to get right back into it. I mean, it was still a competitive game number 1, but I do have to ask you, TJ. Even with Lazy disconnecting, UNCC, they still got the W. We still saw some inconsistencies for FIU. Do you think if Lazy is able to stay in this lobby, stay in the game consistently, do you think that's just going to spell more disaster for Florida International?
It's a UNCC 3-0 if they can actually all stay in. They truly are dominating FIU. And I know that the scoreline didn't say that, but you got to keep in mind that the 2 times that they did score was off of a 2v3. And with all due respect to FIU, that's not what a high-level playoff team should be needing to score. They should have been able to find some opportunities, which they almost did towards the end of that game. But we are going to wait on UNCC to join. We got FIU in. I'm excited to see what they have in store, what they want to maybe try differently, because, again, they have to know. They are high enough level players. They have got to know they were lucky there.
Yeah, and especially, at this moment, going into game 2, being down 0-1, you might think that it's still early, but it's only best of 5. You drop this next one, suddenly you need to reverse sweep Charlotte, who are looking poised to, at least secure top 4, with this victory, maybe even top 3, maybe even further. So you really got to be on your A game going into this game 2. You got to make those adaptations. You know that you got a couple freebies in that first game. You know it's not going to happen again. Got to be able to make those changes.
Well, it looks like that teams are finally in the lobby, so we're going to get confirmation from both. Both are ready. So now, Dronus, we finally get game 2. UNCC survives a nail-biter that really shouldn't have been at all. But now we get stream going. Yes, we are late, but for those of you joining, welcome back to the SCL.
always a couple
gosh.
tech issues, and Knight almost off the kickoff, less than 5 seconds in, getting the first one, but was just wide. UNCC, it looks like they're coming out very aggressive in this one. Lazy trying to pre-jump that pass. FIU really gonna need to stand tall.
See Balla trying to work his way over. Actually, Underkai with the reset. He actually didn't get it. I believe that may have been a great opportunity for him out. Lazy, we already talked about his computer stuttering, having issues, and right there, we're just going to give him the excuse for the time being, as here comes a double commit. That right there, there's no excuse for that. So it's going to give FIU a chance here. No grab, looking to beat one. He has got to step up for FIU to not only take a game, but actually win this series, unless UNCC just simply doesn't touch the ball.
I think we just saw pure panic out of Balla here. Kai just off that sidewall. Balla had all the boost, flips into the back wall, can't get there, and Knight can't reach it in time. What is happening, TJ?
I mean, Jonas, I know that you've been gone for a while. I know you've been treated over there at CCS, but this is just standard SCL Rocket League. I have not seen anything that I'm surprised by yet. Every season, we get something new as Balla almost goes 2 for 2 on his own net. But for now, he'll stay 1 for 1, 1 for 2. Now Balla trying to look for a pass. He's actually going to go to Lazy, who goes to Knight, and Knight. That pass was a little too far forward. He could not get around it enough. So now Kai, uncontested, going to opt for the sidewall, using a lot of his boost. Now no grab's going to be bumped as well, so Kai giving the ball away, but Lazy no boost either. There's a lot of awkward interactions happening here in the midfield.
Yeah, it's just kind of this odd back and forth between both these teams right now, and obviously FIU, they are sitting comfortable with their 1-goal lead, but they have to know that they need more, so we'll see what they do to extend upon it. UNCC still looking for their first in this game. Balla somehow getting that one past Zernite. Lazy looking for Knight, whiffs with no boost. Big flick from Zernite. Balla far corner, no one home for UNCC. It will just be taken away by the Panthers. Lazy looking to get past 2. That's a good 50. The net is open. Balla opts for the corner.
Well, okay, I don't blame Balla there. I blame Knight. I'm not sure why Knight jumped for that. Balla had very good control of that entire corner, hence why he went for that boost. I actually really like that play from Balla. But now FIU, through all of it, will still find some chances. Here comes Zernite, but now here comes the counter. It's going to be a 2v1, not in favor of UNCC. Now it's a 1v1, but no grab. Not concerned. An awkward touch, though. Here comes Lazy, trying to find any sort of 50. He'll get one high. Can he find anything middle here? Balla was pre-jumped. I'm loving the confidence from UNCC, but maybe it's a little premature here, as now here comes Zernite looking for a fake. Lazy able to find his teammate, but Knight accidentally hits it a little heavy. Now Balla and Knight will go up for this one, but that shot not powerful enough, and we're halfway through this mess of game 2.
Yeah, I feel like a mess really is the perfect way to describe it here, TJ. I mean, it's still looking close, but no one really standing up and being that solid, consistent force that we're seeing right now. And it's just a matter of time, but before you feel like someone makes another big mistake on defense and another goal flies through. Lazy trying to get this one clear, pre-flip 50 on no grab. Balla looking for Lazy upfield. Zernite last back, good first touch from Lazy. Can he carry this one all the way? Zernite, great patience on the back foot, will hold this one. Now no boost trying to force his way through. Ball falls to no grab, slow 50 pass one. Balla rips it forward again. Knight demo on the far side. Balla just gives it right to Zernite. It's poked back the other way.
Kai gonna take Zernite's boost, but he's gonna try and actually do something with it here in the midfield. Not able to beat Knight though, so UNCC gets another free possession. 90 seconds left. Knight to a pre-jump Balla. Balla looking to fake. He's got a reset. He's looking to dunk, and you best believe that the impact player will make that impact with 90 seconds left past all two, or the last 2 remaining.
Yeah, I mean, just a great recovery. You can see Zernite and Kai just kind of covering that same look on net. No one able to get there quick enough, and we're all tied up again. 1:31 left to go. It's still anyone's game, TJ.
I mean, hey, for FIU, I really thought they were going to get away with game 1, but losing that, you needed to make sure that you made a statement that you could actually compete and that you're deserving of the higher seed, and this is exactly why. They get the early pressure, they put Balla and Lazy in an awkward spot, and I don't know what in the world the double commit problem is with UNCC, but it's got to be fixed.
Yeah, no grab, doing a good job being aware enough to find that angle in close, but now Charlotte immediately have to answer back off the kickoff. They might just do it. Goals flying around on every single part of the field. Hard cheat from Knight, and he's just able to send it straight through.
I mean, fair play to UNCC. I believe that was purely calculated, but FIU were really, really close to that play, and so, hey, you'll take what you can get once again. This is just SCL Rocket League at its absolute peak. Oh my god.
Now we might see another one. Lazy was poised for the stop. Kai wanted the hard cheat back the other way. Zernite backboard looking for a double two. Go again for Charlotte. Lazy and Knight on that same rotation. Knight should have a big clear. That he does. No grab. Taking this one back to his own corner, trying to keep it safe. 50 out will fall to Bala. Sidewall, is he going to try and reach it for a double? He does! Puts it middle, but not on target.
I will say UNCC's mechanical prowess has not changed. That yes, they may be making some big mental errors, but mechanically, you give them one open lane, they're going to find it. The challenges have been eager and egoed at best. As now with 30 seconds left, they're going to try and hold on to what little possession they've been given. Bala trying to find his teammate. That's Lazy over there, has to rotate out. Knight and Bala double commit though, and so now Bala has to make sure he stays on. It's going to be a weak musty, but it will force FIU double. Lazy has to be careful, trying to beat Zernite. Meets him at the rim. 20 seconds left now. Kai's going to try and get a 50. Bala's going to beat him for now. No grab left by himself. Bala has to try and stall this out. Trade goes out in front of him. 2v1. Open net. Knight says thank you very much. All three members of UNCC getting involved.
I mean, it's just chaos all over the place, and who's able to thrive most. Zernite, very dangerous dive on that challenge. Bala had plenty of options, and he gives it straight to Knight. 3-2, same scoreline as last game. 12 seconds instead of 16. I mean, this is just being very similar in the end seconds.
Oh, and UNCC has to be careful. You don't want to get too aggressive. That fake right in front of the FIU net might be the reason that there's a chance here. Backboard is open. Shot is up next. Knight, though, is up there to block it from behind. Here comes Zernite. He's got to tap it up, and he whiffs on it completely. FIU, just when you thought they had it, with a minute left, UNCC flips the tables and the chairs.
I mean, it's just been all over the place here, TJ. I mean, Knight will take home the MVP in that game for Charlotte. I mean, going 2 for 4, assisting that third goal to Ball, and of course, having that final one to take the lead with low time. But it's just really been chaotic.
Unfortunately, you are in losers. So for FIU, you have now been put in an awkward spot that, I'm going to be honest, they probably shouldn't be in. I truly thought they did play a better game in Game 2, at least under the UNCC pressure, but that right there is my main point, is that UNCC's pressure has been absurd. They mechanically are putting the ball exactly where they want it. They just have to stop battling themselves here on defense. The double commits cannot happen. They got lucky with a kickoff goal to make sure that the series kind of got back within control, but you give FIU a 2-goal lead, I don't think they're going to be able to come back with how they're playing, but you have a 2-game series lead. I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, now leaning on Florida International to try and reverse sweep the Niners here, which is a very tall order. I mean, it is possible. It is possible, but I think Charlotte are going to be able to do enough to close this out. You still never know. I mean, we'll see what Florida International is going to be able to do in this situation. They still need to make those changes. They still need to turn things around, and back against the wall, you need 3 games or your season's done.
I'm not sure. Oh, we're waiting on No Grav. So, okay, now No Grav is in. So now it looks like we are going to play. That was a little weird. I thought we were going to have to cancel again. Another technical pause would not have been out of the ordinary. And speaking out of the ordinary, UNCC, the kickoff strat, up 2 in the series. I'm liking the confidence, and this is exactly why they gave Bruton Parker a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, going for a Spanish off the first kickoff while leading the series 2-0 is the definition of bold. And FIU, we're ready to deal, but now another big attack coming through. Bala off ceiling, ends up flipping wide. Lazy hunting Zernite for the demo. Knight backboard off the corner. Kai there first. Lazy outpacing, no grab, Bala waiting middle. Lazy late flip. Zernite still poised and ready for it, but the pressure again from Charlotte surmounting and gaining pressure. But FIU, they're still able to hold. Lazy wants a psycho. No, just doubled it safely back into his own corner.
UNCC will make some pretty outrageous plays, but very rarely will they make a dumb play. So I'm glad to see that Psycho was not the option there, and it might just give Bala a chance to dunk here, but Kai, a great job to work past him. Lazy has to be careful here. He's going to use the wall to actually bounce back into this ball, and he's going to be able to zap dash back. Got to make sure I point those out when I see him. Now Knight looking for a shot past 3 members of FIU. Zernite was already kind of free-rotating in the air there. A little awkward from FIU, and not a lot of boost to work with either. So Kai has got to be careful, but he gives it to Bala, and Bala going to give it straight to Knight. Knight's got more. He's got a reset. He's over 1. Is anybody there? Nobody yet. Lazy's going to take his time off the ceiling, though.
I mean, already in this first minute and a half, we've seen 5 shots from Charlotte and none from FIU. It just goes to show what kind of hold the Niners have right now here in game number 3. No Grab gonna get the first chance here. Lazy shuts it down early. Bala demoing Zernite, open up more space, will give him some time to get back, gets recovery off the respawn. Plenty of boost to work with now. Low, No Grab waiting middle. Challenge falling straight to Kai. Power shot on target. Straight at Lazy. Makes the save. Zernite, his shot blocked early again. Charlotte are moving quick.
FIU, they continue to get right there, up basically at the net, and then I just don't like that shot choice there, and it's going to give UNCC some life that I don't think they deserve. FIU've looked really good here in this first half of Game 3, and they, again, need this game to keep their SEL hopes and even LAN hopes alive. Again, those points go up a pretty decent amount every single place that you gain within this final playoff bracket of the fall. But FIU aware of that, knew the stakes coming in. UNCC, though, aware as well and continuing to try and keep control of this one.
I mean, half this game already gone by. Still, no one able to break through just yet. Does beg the question, who's going to be able to strike first? Nice demo from Kaizen on Lazy. Buys a little bit more time and space. No Grab. Back to Zernite. Bala got a great read of the pass. Lazy up for it. Low boost. A little bit awkward. Just nudges it forward. Kai right back to the midfield line. Good double from Knight. Throws off No Grab, but Zernite sends it forward again. Just grappling for possession.
Well, here we go once again. I'm starting to get a little bit of deja vu. We are very, very close within the last 2 minutes of this game. UNCC, not really a lot of pressure. FIU, though, plenty is on them. But UNCC, not concerned about it. This, though, will not be red. No Grab decides to go backward. Lazy's got to beat Zernite. Zernite trying to make sure that he can find a teammate there, but Kai smartly not going to press just yet. Has to be careful, has to stay on this ball. Knight beats him, though, and he might have a flick to a teammate. Bala's there, trying to end this one, at least for the time being. Lazy, shot bottom corner, saved by Kai. Knight up next, No Grab is there. Zernite must step in. Bala is still there, now off the corner. Can he find a shot? No flip, and finds the dog. He actually will not be connected. No contact is found. UNCC, though, has not left the orange half.
And I don't know how FIU are still hanging on. Lazy might have a look. Kai pokes it to the side while Lazy, ceiling 35 boost, stall, puts it middle. Bala is dribbling. Zernite. Knight misses. And Zernite a big clear out. Can he capitalize? Bala will be back in time.
All right, well, you know what, FIU? Sure. You take what you get once again, but now UNCC, they're not out of the woods just yet. They're trying to make sure that FIU is having a rough time. Zernite just barely stays alive. Kai looking for a redirect, beat by Knight. Knight looking for Bala, double commit for UNCC. FIU, 30 seconds left. No Grab, delayed flick. It will be a chance, but it's not going to be for an orange player. It's Knight, pass 1. This might be a double, though. It will not. Zernite must give it away.
Grab back to that corner. Bala misses. Shot from Zernite. Lazy picks up the save. Knight immediately in transition gets past Kai. Now looking to take out No Grab. He escapes to the ceiling. Just maybe looking to get this one to OT here, TJ, as it has been chaos. A big bump on Zernite. Kaizen booms it across. Knight already there. Puts it middle. Zernite there. Pre-flip off target. Time ticking down. We might see overtime. It goes middle. Lazy will let it drop. OT in game 3.
It's a battle of faith. UNCC did not trust their first man, and FIU didn't trust their first man back-to-back at all. But wait a minute, the net might just be open. This could be the end of the series. It's going to fall down to Knight. Knight off the top ends. No Grab's got to block it, and he will. Another opportunity falls through. Bala trying to beat Zernite. Will for now. Kai, though, beats the next player. Knight has got to find a touch. He will not. No Grab, left side and push.
We are seeing a lot of shots just being off target here, TJ. Obviously, all these players trying to find those perfect placements. Bala will just do it himself. The dish off the back wall to end the season for FIU.
Instant GG's in chat. Right as Bala scored, immediately typed it, and he left. That is business per usual for a guy like him.
Absolutely, Balla taking care of it for UNCC. FIU swept, and their season is over.
That is an upset technically, but like I mentioned before, I think I would have picked UNCC here. I think UNCC, we're going to see them get a rematch with Bruton Parker. I think we might see them make it all the way to Grands, but they haven't played Florida yet. But let's, before we even start getting to that point, let's talk about series results. And this one, extremely close, all 1-goal games in FIU. My Lord, I think they really should have had game 2 and maybe even game 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think game 2 is their best bet. I think we could have seen a couple looks being taken advantage upon in game number 3. Definitely, if you're an FIU fan, you feel like this one could have gone further, and it absolutely should have. But Charlotte, they were just able to get the job done when it mattered. Most GGs all around. They advanced to play ETSU, who took down George Mason in the sweep. So both Charlotte and the Buccaneers sweeping their way through this lower bracket and now facing off against each other.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, the George Mason hype train had to end eventually. That UTK upset was, I think, about the most action that we're going to get in terms of crazy results in this bracket. And so, unfortunately, they couldn't get it done against Florida in 5, and now you had to play ETSU in losers, which is crazy. That one game might have saved them from going out top 6 versus going out top 3. But that's the way that the league moves. But congrats to ETSU. Congrats to UNCC. They will actually play right after literally 10 minutes. We're not going to see that game on stream, but I'm sure that's going to be a banger of a matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's top 4 locked in here in fall of season 5. I mean, you got obviously Bruton Parker and Florida still in the upper bracket, which we're going to see here soon, and then now Charlotte versus East Tennessee State down lower. Of course, loser of BPC in Florida will face the winner of that one. So it'll be interesting to see kind of those top 3 remaining. I know that's going to be an absolute dogfight between both those teams, but I mean, we get to head to the upper bracket to see Florida try and take down the Barons.
Yeah, Florida has been tested time after time again. They made work of FIU, they made work of GMU, and I'm excited to see what they're cooking up in terms of how they want to play the strongest team in the league in Bruton Parker. But we don't have all the answers. We will have them in just a little bit, though. So if you joined late, it's been DJ TJ, it's been Dronis. We will be right back with winners finals. Don't go anywhere.
so much for playing my game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SCL. Game 1 came and went. Very light 3-0, at least on paper, but my lord, it was so messy and close. I'm DJ TJ, and with me is Dronus. Welcome back to the SCL stream, and you got a pretty warm welcoming at that.
Yeah, it was chaotic to say the least, TJ. I mean, it was kind of all over the place. It was 3 1-goal games. It looked close. Didn't feel all too close, I think. I mean, it got a little bit better as we got to the end, but have Charlotte moving on in the lower bracket, have East Tennessee State moving on in the lower bracket on the other side, but we're in the upper bracket now. We got Bruton Parker versus Florida. Grand final spot already on the line.
Whenever I made my predictions, I saw UTK as a 2 seed. I saw Bruton Parker as the 1 seed, and I said, that's going to be cinema. Little did I know that the SCL would do what the SCL always does and basically says to throw your predictions out the window and burn them in the trash. And that's exactly what happened. Florida have gone through a gauntlet to get here. They beat George Mason in 5. They beat FIU in 3. Florida looks like kind of the new sheriff in town. But the one thing that I've criticized about their gameplay is that they're not a team that gets in your face. Bruton Parker is the exact opposite. They will absolutely throw everything, including the kitchen sink and even some of the tiles at you. But everybody has got to see it for themselves. They have not played before this season, as I believe they were in 2 separate groups. So this right here is the first time all fall that they will see each other, and Bruton Parker looking to hold on to that kind of Kings of the League title.
Yeah, I mean, the only one to give him a real shake so far in this playoffs is actually South Carolina, who took him to Game 5, but made quick work of Charlotte 3-1. We did see the Niners get 1 game, but now it'll be intriguing to see what Florida are able to do versus the Barons, as they're poised to make it to the grand finals without too much worry here.
I'm glad that you brought up that Game 5 against USC, because I still, to this day, do not know why that even happened. But as I say that, this might just be an open net, but it's whiffed on by Larry. And now Raid looking, misses. Larry was too far up as well. And this right here is that kind of awkward play that I've seen from Florida so many games. And luckily, they've been able to kind of get away with it against some of these other teams who maybe aren't as high level. But we're talking about a team that is easily, in my opinion, and in my rankings as well, I have this team top 20 in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's a team that I feel like they have a very high ceiling, TJ, but getting to that ceiling, it's always a little bit difficult. I mean, in the Collegiate Conference Series, I watched Florida play a lot, and they struggled against some teams that they really should beat. Now, Bruton Parker off full post. Antics not able to find it now. Wide open net. Back the other way, and Florida break the ice.
Hey, both these teams have not played all night, so you know what? Game is game. You take what you get. I'm going to keep saying that all night because that's the theme of the playoffs, is that you are granted opportunities that you absolutely should not get. But again, you take it. So great start for Florida. Bruton Parker, though, should have been up 1-0 there.
Yeah, that definitely should have been taken advantage of by BPC, but we're going to get right back to it. Milk tried to send it down. Hammy being well aware to shut that one down early. Raid, big clear, and a demo still trying to follow through the corner. Can't read Antics quite enough. 50 comes through, demo on the far side. Milk trying to catch Hammy off guard. Boost will fall to him with possession. Just going to air dribble it. Controlled nicely out of the midfield challenge well by Antics, but Florida seeming to keep the Barons at bay.
Florida's got the mechanical ability to keep up with Bruton Parker, but in terms of outdoing Bruton Parker, there hasn't been a single team that has shown that yet. I mean, even in that USC series, I believe there was more in play, and right here in front of the orange net, there is plenty at play as a wide open lane will just kind of appear.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Raid get bumped at the very, very end of that sequence, and that really just left the net wide open to be taken advantage of. And now 1-1 scoreline approaching halftime. It still seems like both these teams kind of figuring each other out. Larry flip reset towards the crossbar. Milk steals away. Hammy is there, ends up giving possession. Now redirect down towards his own side, and Raid own goals. What in the world?
Let that one sit, Dronus. I am very confused as to why Raid felt the need to go for that ball. I really do not understand. You know what? Playoffs is a crazy thing to a team and to a man, but top 3 guaranteed. You don't need to worry about playing like your life's on the line. You are in uppers for a reason. Florida has earned their spot here. They've got to play like it.
Yeah, I mean, that a 1-2 passing play to own goal is something you don't see a lot, and especially at this high level of play, you don't see a lot of it. But I mean, I do think the Gators just need to calm down a little bit. To your point, this is uppers. You know, they lose, they're not out, and Larry takes a deep breath and sends a bullet into the BPC net.
Larry, easily one of my favorite sleeper picks, second men in terms of the entire SEL. Whenever he gets hot, you can absolutely put your faith and your trust in him. And for Hammy, that is so important because he can step off the ball and let Larry go to work. And his first few shots were off, but that one drilled perfectly.
Yes, indeed. Now we'll see who's going to be able to retake control. Tie game 2-2 with 2 minutes left. It's still anyone's to jump on. Hammy looking to get there, but he got bumped off at low boost. Larry going toe-to-toe with Antics. The save is made. Raid back out to the midfield, clear out. Milk looking to extend upon. Did he get the reset? No. It'll be a free save for Hammy. Got to be careful of those double commits if you're the Gators, but again, not going punished there as there's still plenty of space to work with. Minute 40 left to go. Both these teams, I think, still kind of warming up to each other here, TJ.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that Bruton Parker is taking this long to warm up because they are one of the faster teams, and I, again, will stick on this on the nation scale. And on CRL, they've proven that many times. They were one match away from making top 8 as well, and in the SEL, they are not looking to have a story similar to last year. They're trying to win and simply push through it, and they continue to do so.
Milk low boost. I mean, that is just precision towards the right post side. No one from Florida ready for it or poised to make a stop. Lead back to the Barons. Less than 80 seconds. Milk, that's a great 50. Can he put away the open? Look, yes, he can. No problem for Milk. He gets another.
Milk is a maestro of playing in front of another player, especially in the opposing half. Demos, bumps, 50s. He's somebody that you have to be more careful about whenever you decide to push. So, unfortunately for Florida, you go down 2. You got 60 seconds left. What do you have in store? Not a kickoff strat.
Yeah, I mean, there's still time to kind of reset again, kind of take that breath and regroup. But Hammy, a little bit awkward going towards his own net, will be able to gather around Manny now. Flip reset, downfield plays into the wave dash. Antics cleanly over 2. Now trying to steal it away from Larry, will get boost. Manny, another quick challenge. You can see, he talked about in the pregame, TJ, Bruton Parker, they like to get in a team's face. They are not having Florida have a moment to themselves.
And speaking of that moment, 40 seconds left here. Florida is not going to get many as Manny gets a great touch to make sure that Antics is the first player just narrowly to get there, and he's got more in the tank, has a reset, looks for a pre-jump. Milk under Raid, no! Raid finds a save, and Bruton Parker looking for play of the entire week, maybe the entire playoffs, but now Florida, one of their own! How about this one down the pitch? We are within 1.
I mean, some beautiful passing sequences here, TJ. Hammy, that late touch off the flip was a beauty. Larry got the shot off, and it looked like there was a phantom touch in net from Milk, but didn't get enough of it. It's a goal for Florida.
See Larry already up and over 1, looking for ceiling, and maybe has a read here. Hammy is there. Not able to follow those. So here comes Milk looking for a dagger. 10 seconds left. Florida's going to get one more major push right off the sidewall. Hammy's going to be over Manny, but Antics not concerned. Will find Milk. He's met by Larry. Hammy looking to bump Manny. Manny will stay alive. Must make sure this hits the ground. That demo could have been massive, but Bruton Parker very much in control as always.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid battle. We saw some great looks from the Gators, which I think as of this point is a great positive note. I mean, take what you can get. You said it all night, TJ. We're seeing that again, but BPC just able to lead the charge. Milk having 2 goals on 7 shots. Larry having 7 shots as well, but Milk going 2 for 7, assisting the 2 others to Antics, having 3 saves. He was all over the place.
One thing, too, to know about Bruton Parker is that Manny is on a low point count, but not because he's bad. Definitely not because of that. Manny has gotten to sit back the entire game and really hasn't had to do anything. And it's on the complete opposite on the other way around, is that Milk has literally become basically Florida's third man with how much time and space he has been given in the orange half. And this is what Bruton Parker does. Very few teams across the SCL and definitely across the nation can actually force them to use all three players. In Florida, they have got to start doing that, or else you're going to be in for a rude awakening in 2 more games.
Yeah, I mean, game 1, always a little bit of a feeler game, but in a best of 5, you got to be able to answer the call when it comes quick. And now Florida, they don't want to go down 0-2 in this scenario. Bruton Parker don't think they're going to let a reverse sweep happen. So, Florida, this one almost feels like a must-win.
Milk off the ceiling. Manny looking to try and freeze some room, and he will force a Florida double command. He's got to watch out for Raid, though, which he will end up hitting with his hood, but Antics now forces a touch, and it almost results in a free Florida shot, but instead, now Milk looking to musty over to Manny. Instead, Larry cutting it off, and I'm liking the speed that Florida is showing.
Yeah, definitely seem to have picked up the pace a little bit. Playing this ball very, very close, trying to now, seems like get in the face of the Barons a little bit. Milk flip reset, sidewall, throws off Antics. Hammy takes flight. Can he get another touch? Blocked by Manny. Got a great read of the play. Raid lobs it up, looking to go back to it. Milk under pressure. Antics just the save under the crossbar. Hammy trying to go right back middle. Antics keeps it safe and sound in the corner, but now Larry, he's got to look. Milk, another save. Bruton Parker hanging on, but the big story, Florida, they are putting pedal to the metal.
Bruton Parker's got to slow down a little bit. You cannot try and match a team like Florida. That's exactly how they got George Mason, was by forcing them to play out of their comfort zone. And Bruton Parker, mechanically a team that does not need to do so, and they've got to realize that. 3 minutes almost left in this one, and Bruton Parker has not looked like the stronger team at all. They've struggled on their offensive half, not able to get a lot of things going. A few double commits in their defensive half, and Florida looking to try and strike here, but instead, Bruton Parker will get another counterattack. Antics looking for Milk. Milk faking for Manny, and that was almost perfectly coordinated. I love that play from Bruton Parker, but it will not come through.
Definitely going to be looking to see more of those kinds of plays from BPC. Now Florida having a lot of time to work with Larry. Trying to go low pass. Antics can't get it by. Manny in close with low boost now. Looking for a pass. Middle finds Antics. Big double commit. Leaves it into the backboard. Antics fakes for Milk. He misses the upper 90. Fall from Manny is good. Bruton Parker almost losing out on that chance.
That was a great fake from Antics, as it truly did look like he was going to be the one to hit that back in. And even with the Milk miss, Manny was there to tap it in. So Bruton Parker, you get away with that one very narrowly, but you do take the first goal of this game.
Beautifully done at that. I mean, seeing some great pressure. We did see the double commit on the side of Florida. Larry and Raid were kind of on that same rotation. That's what led it up into their own backboard, and there was just nowhere to go from there. You got to be able to minimize those little rotational mistakes, because they do end up mattering. Hammy Cracker's flipping his way downfield. Not going to have anything in front of him. Clear is made by Milk, trying to get the offense back going.
See Raid try to make something happen out of really nothing, but instead it's going to be a Bruton Parker counter that almost finds a bottom corner. Milk trying to keep pressure on. Will find a second touch. How about a third? Great 50 from him, and it lets Manny just kind of already go, and Antics was waiting on the boost, and again, under no pressure, Bruton Parker's third man, very rarely having to make plays, and now there's going to be a lane for Antics to push this middle. Larry, though, a good job to sit behind this ball, but that right there, not the touch he was looking for. Manny, not the one he wanted either, and Hammy, Manny to Hammy. I gotta make sure I clarify that, but they're on 2 separate teams, and neither one of them really found what they wanted there, so we're gonna sit in this midfield for another minute.
Manny already picking up another save. Demo from Raid on Milk, gonna buy a little bit more space with Manny 50ing his way through. Raid slows down Antics. It will be all the way across to Larry. Again, Antics just trying to stay like a gnat on that ball. Doesn't want to leave. Milk big clear. Larry bump. Could be a good turnaround. Raid all by his lonesome. Milk gets through. Shot off target. No one can get there for a follow-up, and Florida gonna be able to escape their own side.
You don't need that if you're Bruton Parker, but you would like to have it, because here comes Florida. Larry shot a little too easily read. Now Milk looking, resetting, maybe trying to find a bump. No, it actually will be Antics, tapping it up to Manny, but now it's Larry and Raid both going. Manny is never a player to try and rush, especially sitting as third. Antics just sitting there, though. Milk to try and push this bottom corner. It's going to fall to Manny once again. Manny looking right back for his teammate. Florida once again feeling the pressure, giving this play away. Now Milk not going to be able to find Antics. Hammy was already up, and Larry has a chance here to play off of Antics, but he's got to beat Milk. He will not.
And It looks like BPC, I mean, the defense right now, TJ, they just look so comfortable. We're still seeing some good looks out of Florida. We're still seeing them try and catch the defense off guard, but right now the Barons, they seem very content not having to do too much, as need to see some more threatening looks from Florida, maybe just taking a little bit extra time to build an offensive play. Antics pre-jumping Milk, the pass was a bit low as he just flies right by Hammy, taking possession while he's got it. Manny immediately stripping away that dribble. It'll fall to Larry. Full boost off the ceiling. Final 10 seconds. Another big clear made. Might not be enough time left.
Anthony's trying to make sure that this one ends, and with that miss from Florida, it's going to look rough. Hammy has got to keep possession off the ceiling, looking for Larry, or no, it's actually Raid with no boost, who actually took his place. This one, touchdown. Larry was not able to read it. Perfect touch. I believe that was from Manny, and just like that, Burton Parker, the scorecard feels close, but it's really not. It feels very similar to last series here, Dronas.
Yeah, I mean, we're still seeing these close games, but Burton Parker, they just seem to be leading the charge every single time. They are setting the pace, and Florida hasn't been able to really match it right now, TJ. And obviously, we just saw the defense look great there from BPC. Again, very cool, calm, and collected. Look for the Barons on their own 50, but Florida, they need to start building some more threatening looks, and I think really just trying to make BPC uncomfortable.
They're just not really able to do so, though. And I do want to confirm with production, I believe this is a best of 5. We're going to triple check that, but this should be best of 5. I don't believe that we see best of 7 until grand finals. I will double check. But it is best of 5. All right, cool.
Okay.
Thank you, production.
Yeah.
Our lovely productions team has been doing a great job tonight. We've had all sorts of issues, both in-game and out-of-game. But we're going to enter Driftwoods on the verge of another sweep, which I will say, last one, not expected. This one is expected, but Florida has been right there. They've been 1 or 2 steps away, but they have got to find their rhythm. They've got to find each other, and they've also got to put the pressure on Burton Parker because they are not stressed, probably not even sweating heading into Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where obviously Florida, they've been keeping it close. They haven't, it's not like they're being blown out by any means, but you just need to see them regain a little bit of control on the field, start to see them have a little bit more of a presence, and again, just seem to threaten Burton Parker. Is I still think the Barons, they just look so comfortable in this one, TJ, and they don't seem worried at all. And you know, in a scenario where you're trying to threaten a team, Hammy got time to flick there to Larry, and there's a nice threat. Hammy taking full advantage of the space he's given, has low boost, doesn't matter, finds a teammate upfield, threading his way through the defense.
Well, how about that? Of all the people that you would want to have the ball in their hand, you give it to Hammy and something happens. He had to beat 2, and that's not a consistent path for success, especially on a reverse sweep, but you got to win 1 before you can win 2.
Absolutely. So first goal will fall to the Gators. Hammy again, dribble play Milk. That's a nice demo. Andrews couldn't put it on target. Double demo comes through the net, wide open for Manny. He rolls it so slowly, but it still finds its way through.
Okay, I look away for 1 second, and Antics finds a bump. Burton Parker, a team that you can always count on to find bumps, and kind of in Game 2, they only had to do it once, and then just like that, Florida caught way off guard, 3v1 basically.
Yeah, the shot from Manny wasn't ideal, I feel like, as now Hammy Cracker's immediately under pressure again. Antics just storming his way through, looking for bumps, looking for demos. Milk will just carry this one across, leaves it for Manny, running low on boost, just trying to play keep away, it seems like, from Florida. Larry able to get his way off the sidewall. Manny back to Milk, 30 boost to work with. Does he have that late touch? Hammy up to meet him. Great 50 throughout. Going to force BPC back. He's looking for a demo. Might clear the way. Larry tries a slow play, but Antics still hanging on.
Milk, 1 touch, has a reset, looks for more, looks for top right. It will be pushed directly into Hammy. Now Manny looking for a backboard read, but Hammy was willing to stay patient and wait on it. Will avoid Manny as well, and also will avoid Milk, but now here comes a play middle. Manny was almost there, ready to shoot at any given moment. Now Ray's gonna look for a teammate. It will pinch out middle, but a little too far, so instead it's Milk looking for an Antics who was basically already up. He will fake it though. Hammy wasn't ready for it. It almost catches him off guard, but now a pass goes down low. Milk back over to Manny. Manny looking back middle. Will not find him, and now Milk off the backboard. Back to Manny once again. Somebody from Florida's got to touch this ball.
Yeah, we are just seeing Bruton Parker simply have their way. TJ, shot after shot, still some great saves. Hammy shutting that one down, closing the gap, but we are just seeing all possession and control fall with BPC. Ray gonna capitalize on this miss. Manny sends up into the ceiling, dangerous. Look, Larry is there. Slow shot kept out by Antics. Backflip over to Hammy, but Antics still poised and ready to make another stop now in transition. Milk backward. He wants a double no dice. Hammy will send this one up to the ceiling, looking to make a counterattack happen, but both these teams really struggling to kind of get a hold of this ball.
Bruton Parker, I think they have officially entered a lock-in sort of state of mind because Antics will fake up and over one and just a short tap past the next. Hammy couldn't get to it, and Raid unfortunately left on an island.
Yeah, I mean, that musty threat can be so threatening, especially at this level of play. You know players are going to be able to hit that, and Ray just couldn't find a time to challenge, and it taken all the way home, and now BPC have a lead. Larry flip reset, use it, top left, Milk with a huge save.
Thought for sure we were going to see a tie game there, but now with 2 minutes left, Florida's got to fight tooth and nail because if that shot doesn't go in, then I can't even imagine what an actual, you know, kind of tried and true attempt at the Bruton Parker net will have to look like for it to have any success. And so now Milk will push this down the orange half, will bump Hammy out as well. Minute 50 left, the time slowly starting to tick out on Florida.
Yeah, they gotta be feeling like they need to respond ASAP, as if they take too much time, BPC, their defense might just be able to hold. We're still seeing some more physicality coming out of Florida, and now Milk responds at the midfield, taking out Larry. Will get a nice spawn, gets that boost. Milk already up to try and take advantage of that. Look, Raid on the counter, challenged well by Manny. Milk will turn, no, leaves it for Antics. Early shot stopped again by Larry, but Florida just doesn't seem like they can get any real field position here.
It's a great bump on Antics, who's going to tap that ceiling and try and find a pass, and Florida is able to handle their own defense, but it's not about that anymore. You're down 2 games, you're down a goal in this last do or die game here in Winners Finals. You've got to find more. Antics looking for exactly that, off the ceiling, not able to find the read. He'll find the second one, just barely missed. Now Milk trying to make sure that pressure stays on. 50 seconds left. Bruton Parker does not want to have to play any defense here, but they're going to have to. Manny, third man back in a very awkward spot. Antics trying to bump one off. Manny might just find a shot here. Backboard, no read. Anybody, nobody will answer the call. Manny will find a demo instead. Hammy back pass, Raid by himself. Manny off of Antics, back to himself, and Milk is there, and now Florida finally gets a chance.
Finally being able to get out of their own half. Larry backward. Does he have a double locked in? No, Manny keeps it away. Antics beats out Hammy to the follow-up. Now, Milk, one pop out. Raid is there. 15 seconds left to go for Florida to try and stay alive here in the upper bracket, but the transition, silky smooth. It's Milk who will get the third and the dagger.
In case you forgot what Bruton Parker is all about, it's about domination and proving a point time and time again, and this season is, you know, different. Very different from last year. Bruton Parker does not want any hesitation or any doubt on their name, and the Barons will win this in a very clean sweep.
Again, saw some good looks from Florida. We're able to keep the game scores close. Hammy is out, but BPC, it felt like there was no doubt here, TJ, that they were going to be able to make this sweep happen. That they did. They advanced to grands in a clean fashion.
I mean, what more can you ask for out of Bruton Parker? This is exactly what they are expected to do. They are the #1 seed without any hesitation of really any doubt in their gameplay. There's not a single part that they really tried to or were lacking in. I'm stuttering because Bruton Parker's dominance just confuses me because Florida looked really good, looked like a team to beat, but they finally get their best and truest test of them all. Couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, 2 1-goal games in the first 2 games. Game 3 got away from the Gators a little bit more, but still seemed very competitive at that point. But we will see Florida now drop to the lower bracket to take on East Tennessee State as they took down Charlotte 3-1. So the Niners are gone. And we will see Florida versus ETSU at a chance to face Bruton Parker in Grands.
Wow. Well, I guess I would have never expected that UNCC would have lost that. Granted, they've been dealing with a lot of tech issues, so maybe that was a reason for it. But I would have thought for certain that ETSU would have won that game. Would not have won that game. But you know what? Fair play. Good on them. I'm sure they deserved it. That's a team that we've been expecting to kind of finally find their rhythm when it mattered most, as they've been struggling all year. But I'm glad to see them on top. So as you mentioned, next week should be an absolute blast, because that losers final you are not going to want to miss.
Yeah, that'll be a very close series, that one. And then winner will have to go up to face the Barons on their throne, which is not going to be any small feat for either of those teams. Either Florida, they'll take down the Buccaneers and have a rematch, or East Tennessee State, they're going to be looking to kind of move their way up and try and take down Bruton Parker. But regardless, whoever wins that lower finals matchup, they are going to have an absolute battle on their hands.
I mean, who knows? There really is not any predictions that are going to make sense at this point. We are sitting here with our top four being the 1, the 4, the 5, and the 6. And now our top 3 will be the 1, the 6, and the 5. So you know what? This is just the classic SCL. I mean, there's only so much that can be said. Bruton Parker, dominant. Florida, you get kind of a good little scrim. You get to kind of make sure that you are ready for that losers final matchup against ETSU. And for ETSU, 3-1, massive win for them. And I'm excited to see what they got next week. Drones, would you like to add anything before we kind of wrap things up for the night?
I mean, I'm just excited to see how it all plays out, TJ. I really am. I mean, it's going to be really intriguing to see how East Tennessee State do versus Florida. And then, I mean, those two clashing, obviously, again, really have their work cut out for them with the juggernauts of Bruton Parker. But I'm just excited to see the big finish.
I mean, I believe, do we have you for next week as well?
I'm not certain.
I'm
hoping
right
so.
Now. We do. We have you for next week. Well, how about that? Y'all get to see Andronis's face. You'll see him in 7 days. Should be a blast of a night, getting to kind of wrap up the entire SEL. I believe that's it. We're gonna get losers and grands next week, and then that's gonna be it for the fall. We're gonna have our fall champions. So, kind of a very sad ending next week. But we're not there yet, so I get to hold my tears for now. But the SEL has delivered. This has been Dronis. It's been DJ TJ. It's been another great show. Big shout out to Production X, killing it as always. And there's been a lot moving well for the SEL. A lot of really cool announcements. If y'all missed that, go check the Discord. You can obviously find us. I believe, Dronis, your Twitter is Dronis, is it not?
Dronis _. Yeah, I didn't get Dronis.
Dronis _ So go check out Dronis. He's been a very big help this year. I have been here every week. You guys know who I am, and you're going to have to see me next week, whether you like it or not. But enough yapping. We appreciate all the love and support. It's been another week of the SCL. We'll see y'all for the championship week 10 next week.